So I says to the guy, I says, don't be wasting my time, because my time is precious to me. And speaking of precious time, we are NOMS Podcast, which stands for Nerding Out with
Matches and Shannon.
Oh, I'm so glad I gave you that script. That's right. We are a movie podcast. We are a podcast, people. We welcome you watching, listening internationally from all over the globe or in good old Southwest Arkansas. That's right. We are a podcast that talks about movies, but we don't talk about them alone. Matches, who do we enlist the help of?
Oh, the best ever critics and people that I can think of, Siskel and Ebert.
Ah, yes, the best to do it in the game. Just like Wolverine, they're the best they are at what they do, and what they do isn't pretty.
Yeah, and what these people do tonight on tonight's podcast is pretty. Well,
It is pretty.
pretty messy. Yeah.
It can be pretty messy. I'll tell you what they do, because when you're walking down the street and you see a little ghost, what you gonna do? It's called
What is that?
Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters.
Is that the cartoon theme song?
No. Oh, no. That little thing is from a Jack Black Mos Def movie called Be Kind Rewind, where
that's right.
they refilm
okay.
all these famous movies.
Yeah.
And Jack Black, he's like, that's the theme song to Ghostbusters. The Mos Def is like, I'm pretty sure it's not.
Okay, I remember
Yeah.
that now. Yeah. That's a great movie. I love that. Yeah.
It is a great movie, but this is a much better movie because this is Ghostbusters. Woo!
Ooh, all
I gotta
right.
be honest with you. 1984's Ghostbusters, directed by Ivan Reitman, co-written by Dan Aykroyd and the late great Harold Ramis. Also the late great Ivan Reitman. We lost him in 2022.
Yeah.
Two great icons of cinema.
True.
This, I'm not gonna lie, Matches, I've been so excited about this. This is not just one of the greatest movies considered by other people. This is one of my favorite movies. I mean,
yeah, it's a really good
always
movie.
watch-
Who could hate this movie?
I don't think you could.
Yeah.
I don't think you could. We showed it to Rocket and Groot back in the day, like 4 or 5 years ago, and they loved it.
Oh, really?
They didn't even comment on the special effects. Yeah.
Wow, it scared me to death. I just want to say, when I was a kid,
Oh,
I
did
thought
it really?
I think it's a scary movie, and it's a comedy, and it's a great horror. So, like, I think
Yeah.
it checks all those boxes pretty well. I think
You're
yeah.
right. It is a great combo of comedy, just enough horror. We're going to talk about a little bit later how it could have been a little bit more to one side than it was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're also going to
It's a miracle this movie got finished. Just what I've heard.
It is a miracle.
Yeah.
It is a miracle. We're going to talk about what Dan Aykroyd's original vision was for it, how that got grounded. We're also going to talk about how this movie was kind of sued two times,
Okay.
including being sued by the legendary rocker Huey Lewis.
Wow.
We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about two famous extras that were in the movie, and one of them's in jail now, so we'll talk about that.
Neat.
We're going to talk about why it was called Ghostbusters and what that name meant. And yeah, we're also going to talk about Sigourney Weaver's hairstylist. I'm kidding. We're not going to talk about Sigourney Weaver's hairstylist, but it was wonderful.
We can. I mean, it's fine.
I mean, they did a good job.
They did. Yeah.
So why don't you hit us up with a little what this movie is all about? What is the busting of ghosts, and why does it make you feel good, Matches?
Bustin makes me feel good, Shannon, in every way.
It does. It
A
does.
team of eccentric scientists start a ghost catching business in New York City and must save the city from a supernatural apocalypse. Basically.
Ooh. Did you just say New York City?
I said it like that on purpose, yeah.
I love
New
it.
York City.
Get a ghost.
Sorry.
All right. So we're going to talk about that. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. I am going to guess that Siskel and Ebert. Okay, so we assume since this movie is well beloved and it was a huge hit when it came
Yeah.
out, it was a huge box office smash. I don't know if every critic was on board then. I feel like a lot were, and it's probably been reassessed as one of the greatest comedy horror movies of all time.
Mhm.
But do you think Siskel and Ebert were their ground floor day one? Do you think they both liked it, or do you think they had?
I'm going to say yes, only because it's visually stunning. The effects are incredible. The guys are just so good in this. I can't see them hating it. I really can't. If they do, shame on me or whatever. Shame on them.
Yeah,
But-
we'll have to stop the podcast if they hate it. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
We'll
we
do
will,
that. We'll
yeah.
keep going.
The
Yeah,
podcast keeps going if they like it.
It does. It does.
All right.
Again, I'll say it again. We thought Ebert was going to hate People Who See, and that's a much less good movie.
That's true. All right.
Yeah.
Are we ready to
You ready?
roll?
Let's roll that beautiful ghost footage.
Sharing.
When someone asks if you're a god matches, what do you say? You say yes. Okay, right now.
By the way, this is 1984, so it's the old show. I'm going to try to skip through some of the clips because they are very long on this one.
Oh, I was about to ask that. It's probably when they showed like 30 minutes of the whole film.
Yes.
What the hell are you doing?
Sorry. I'm
so
sorry.
the Ghostbusters got called into their first case, with equipment. Yeah. Now that they're official, it's their first official case. Now that they're legit, they've got equipment, and they thought they heard a ghost, and they just zapped a maid's
cart. Really good, yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to think of the right word for it. With toilet paper and stuff.
Yeah, it's a cart. I think it's just a.
I'm trying to think what kind of cart it would be. Anyway, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's for our visually non-watching.
Here they are, those little cherubs.
Successful test.
Baby face, little angels. Oh my goodness.
Ghostbusters on the job. Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, and Harold Ramis as psychic phenomenon exterminators in one of the new movies we'll be reviewing this week, Ghostbusters. And joining me in the balcony is Gene Siskel, film critic of the Chicago Tribune.
And across the aisle from me, Roger Ebert, film critic of the Chicago Sun-Times.
Next at the movies, Ghostbusters, sort of a paranormal pest control service.
It's not promising.
What is happening?
Dana. Can I talk to Dana?
Hello, Dana. Always.
What a lovely singing voice you must.
The movie is named Ghostbusters, and it's a funny combination of two kinds of movies that usually don't work very well together. On the one hand, this is a big-budget special effects picture with lots of sensational, earth-shaking adventures in it. And on the other hand, it's a very funny movie to listen to because of the sly and understated dialogue. The characters in this movie say some very funny things.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes, they do.
I thought he was going to say "but" for the second thing, but it was.
Yeah. He says it's the kind of movie that doesn't work. I'm thinking he's like thinking horror comedy or like ghost comedy. One of the reasons Aykroyd was inspired to write this was the old school, like 40s and 50s comedy ghost movies like Abbott and Costello used to make. You know, like Abbott and Costello Meet the Wolfman, and Ghosts. There were all kinds of movies. Bob Hope was in one of these type movies where it's like funny ghosts and funny, we gotta stop them. And I just, I find that funny that he kept us on the edge there. Like it's one of those hard to make movies.
Yeah.
But he's not wrong. The dialogue, I will tell you this. In the over 40 years of watching this film, I have rediscovered things. In fact, this week watching the movie again, I've discovered lines I forgot about. Moments I forgot about. This movie's a discovery. Like it's a mystery box every time you open up another box and you're like, there's some funny in here.
That's true. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's not just Bill Murray. He's not the only funny one, but I mean, he is comedy gold. Let's be honest. He's a legend.
That's true. All right, let's see.
Let's see what they think.
In this scene, Sigourney Weaver becomes a potential customer for the Ghostbusters when she realizes that her apartment has become inhabited by a strange form of psychic energy that likes its eggs sunny side up.
All right, Sigourney Weaver is in the kitchen putting her groceries up, and her eggs are starting to dance by themselves.
Nice.
Yes.
I kind of wish they'd done a little dance, like everybody wants some, Sprout's little legs and a top hat. Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious! Like, hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. You're about to get possessed.
That's right.
Yeah, it's funny. We're gonna also talk about how this was a huge franchise, and like not just the movie, it spawned like cartoons. And all kinds of attractions, and then there was a remake, and we will talk about that. We'll save our opinions for that when we talk about it. But what were you laughing at? You were cracking up about something.
I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
And check out the structural details in the building. Tell you what, I'll take Miss Barrett back to her apartment and check her out. I'll go check out Miss Barrett's apartment. Okay?
I love that about the major appliance.
Right.
The Ghostbusters were Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, and Harold Ramis. And one of the best things about this movie is the low-key, cynical dialogue that they exchange in a scene like that. I love listening to this movie. They sound like a bunch of old college roommates who are all in on the same joke. and that National Lampoon's Second City, Saturday Night Live style dialogue works surprisingly well with the movie's big special effects scenes like this one, where the Ghostbusters approach a psychic whirlpool that threatens Manhattan. Usually when a movie has a lot of special effects, there's a danger that the characters will look like they're simply standing around posing in front of the special effects. Not in Ghostbusters. This is one of the flyest, wittiest big-budget movies I've seen in a long time, and the climactic scene where Manhattan is threatened by this really unexpected 20-story high monster has one of the funniest single shots I've ever seen, and I would tell you what that shot was, but it would spoil that moment of wonderful surprise. So
Oh, what's he talking about? The Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, maybe? Or
Is that what he's talking about? Well, he says single shot, but I guess maybe that's what he means. Maybe?
I don't know.
Maybe. Oh, fun fact. In all the drafts of Aykroyd's script, which were completely different from the finished product, Stay Puft Marshmallow Man was always in it. There was always going to be the giant Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Really? That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an actual memory that Dan Aykroyd had, was when they used to roast Stay Puft marshmallows. Why can't I say that?
Wow. Okay. Yeah. A good thing he did, because that's incredible. It's one of the best moments in the movie, I think.
I know. And I can't wait to talk about how the script got refined, because Reitman was like, yeah, we're keeping that. That's wonderful. Because if you think about it, it is kind of silly. You've got like a giant marshmallow man rampaging New York City, but he's going to kill people and destroy everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it works.
It works. Let's see what Siskel has to say.
Absolutely.
At least done.
It comes out from another planet.
Yeah, there's literally nothing to hate about this movie. Like, if you've seen it, you love it. If you hate it, I don't want anything to do with you. I don't know who you are. I don't know what you're about. I don't want to.
You're not wrong. Like, who are you? Are you from this planet? Do you have a heart?
And sure, Ghostbusters 2 was a little disappointing to me, even as a child, but we got one. Hello, we got a Ghostbusters 2. You know, we got it.
And Bill Murray is notorious about not loving to do sequels.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Or he used to be.
It's basically the whole idea. The idea does. I think it's very funny, too, and I think you broke the film right into its two parts, the special effects story and this personal, whimsical dialogue between these guys, particularly led by Bill Murray. I like the second part better than the special effects stuff. I think it works less well than you did. Murray, to me, is very funny. He's the leavening in this whole film, throwing these asides in constantly. This woman turns into a sort of a fire-breathing, lusty character, and he walks in and he says to her, that's a new look for you. That's very, very funny stuff. And another critic, David Denby, New York Magazine, compared his role in this picture, quite properly, I thought, to W.C. Fields or Groucho Marx, who's always walking around their films saying, winking at the audience. And Bill Murray provides that function here, and he does it beautifully. Well, it's a Bill Murray movie, and I loved it more than the special effects.
Hey, I love Bill Murray. What about Harold Ramis, who's not very well known? He's directed a couple of movies. This is his first big movie as an actor. He's the one he's the wise guy. He's the one who always has the long explanation. And the deadpan way that he delivers that is great. Aykroyd plays a basic Aykroyd character. These three guys could go on, like the Marx Brothers, if necessary, and make 6 more movies. They only should.
The person will make it work. It'll be Bill Murray in Groucho's role.
2 thumbs.
That is wow, 2 thumbs up.
That's great.
Way up. That's a very accurate description, but they were leaving out the fourth element of it, Ernie Hudson.
I know, but they didn't even say Ernie Hudson at all, which is like, wow. Okay.
And I get it, because according to Ernie Hudson, now I don't know if it's different from Ernie Hudson said the original draft of the script, Zedmore's part was beefier and bigger, and he was in the movie longer. And if you think about it, once they've established their business, he comes in as one of their, teammates. He joins. He's sort of the working class, blue collar, street level guy. He's not a scientist. He doesn't know the paranormal world. He just needs a job. He needs steady employment. And so if you think about it, Bill Murray, definitely he is the wisecracker. And Egon, he's the brain. Ray is like the beating heart, because he's like an excited little kid, with everything that he's seeing. Like, can you believe it's a Class 7 disturbance? I love it. We got to get it on film, And so Ernie Hudson completes that core, because he's the like I said, he's the street level. He's the normal person who's in this group.
Stop sharing. Sorry.
Oh yes, no, you're okay. And I do love how, and we'll talk about the other movies later. I do love how in Afterlife and Frozen Empire, it's shown that he has a bigger part and a bigger role behind the scenes. If you
Oh,
remember.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, well, no spoilsies. No,
Yeah, sorry.
wait.
Like it's locked behind a paywall on Netflix because I'm on the ad tier, which is the crappiest thing I've ever seen a streamer
What?
do.
Netflix is teasing you?
Yeah, yeah, you got to pay more to get that,
Oh.
and it's like, I kind of get it, I guess. Like, I don't know.
I guess they should just let all those puppies free, man.
Yeah,
That's
and
not
they even do it
cool.
with their own stuff too, like Netflix stuff, and it's like, it's what? Why? Like,
Yeah, it's like you see that foot, you want to see the whole leg, maybe.
yeah,
Okay, so wait,
I'll
you
watch
haven't
it.
seen
I'm gonna have to
you
watch
haven't
it
seen
soon.
Afterlife or Frozen Empire?
Oh wait, I saw Afterlife. Yeah.
Okay, good. Then we can talk about that later. Okay, so Siskel Ebert's review, completely agree. This movie, there is so many wonderful parts of it. As I said before, Aykroyd started writing the script, and his original idea was to have him and John Belushi, who was alive at the time, in the very early 80s. It was supposed to be this big, elaborate setup where they were like traveling through the future and to other planets, and they were fighting all these entities. Yeah, not kidding. They were fighting all these entities, and somehow the Marshmallow Man's involved. And then Belushi died, sadly. And so Aykroyd was kind of sad, and he realized, he's like, I'm going to have to change this up. And because, they were buddies from Saturday Night Live. They were great partners that worked together. And Reitman got a hold of the script, and he was like, there's no way we can financially make this. It is financially impossible. He said this would be a $300 million movie, which at the time was a little expensive.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, a little expensive. So he brought in Harold Ramis to co-write. So what Aykroyd would do is he would write a draft, and he would write scenes, and he would send them to Harold Ramis, and Harold Ramis would write his own scenes, and they would mix them. They never wrote together, but they wrote in shifts, and one complemented the other because Aykroyd had like the fantastic, over-the-top elements, and Ramis was the one who grounded it. He decided to make it a little bit more realistic, sit it on Earth, make it more relatable, because Reitman said, if they do that, if we ground the audience in a believable thing, then we can have the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man come and be all fluffy.
Nice. Oh, that's great. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Shannon. That's amazing.
You are welcome. You are welcome. Let's talk about this movie.
Yeah.
First time I watched it was on TV with a friend who had HBO.
Okay.
Never got to see it in the theater. I'm assuming you didn't either because you were a little bit
No,
younger
we
than me.
rented it with our grandparents and watched it there.
Now, funny you should say that because even though this movie, I believe, was PG at the time, because PG-13 was still being, kind of slowly eked out. There's some naughty stuff in this movie. Like,
Yeah,
there's
there
some
really
not
is. It's
very
not stuff
safe
I
for
really
TV.
got. I thought it was funny, but I,
Yeah, no, I didn't get it either. Like, for instance, Dan Aykroyd's character has a dream where a ghost comes and seduces him. And it wasn't
That's
until later
right.
that I'm like, oh, crap, why did I never even notice that?
Yeah, it's a whole different ball game when you're watching it as an adult, I think. Yeah.
It is. But I will say my son, Groot laughed at the line that I always laughed at as a kid that I shouldn't have laughed at because it kind of has a dirty word, depending on your definition. When there's this character named Walter Peck, played by our favorite wet sponge, our favorite jerk, William Atherton, known for trying to mess things up in Die Hard 1 and 2. Good old William Atherton. You might know him as the villain from Biodome Matches.
Exactly. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yeah. William Atherton, he comes in as Walter Peck, head of the EPA, trying to shut them down because all he sees is a waste of government resources, and he just wants to, be the big bad shutdown guy. And so when they go before the mayor, and he had the thing shut down, releasing all these ghosts, and Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd says, we were doing fine until I'm just gonna clean it up for the audience. Till Dongless here decided to turn it off, and he goes, "Is that true?" And Bill Murray goes, "Yes, it's true. This man has no dong."
They said dick though in the movie, right?
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
You can say it. It's fine. Yeah. Now on the TV broadcast, it was brainless.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
All
if you
right.
this man
brain.
has
Yeah.
no brain. Yeah. And William Atherton says for years people have yelled D-list at him on the street, and he does not like it.
Oh,
They've
really?
yelled at him. Hey, D-list!
Oh, after the movie, I mean, he was so compelling in this movie that people really treated him like he was a bad guy. Like,
Yeah.
he would
I'm
go into
surprised he
bars
didn't-
and almost get in a fight, because people
Yeah.
hated him so much.
I'm surprised he didn't get Billy Zane's, just completely shut
You tried to
out.
stop the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, you're such a peck.
Yeah, apparently it was a real problem for a while.
What's that? Oh, for him, yeah.
Yeah, for him.
agree.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of the characters in this movie, you've got the beloved Rick Moranis, who was pretty well known to a lot of people then as Sigourney Weaver's neighbor, Louis Tully. And
Okay.
there's so many funny things about that. Do you notice one of the running gags is he keeps locking himself out of his apartment?
Yes. Oh man, he's great in this. Like, he's great in
Every
everything he
time.
does, but he
Yeah.
puts like 110% in, and it's great.
And he does, because most of his lines were improv. Did you know that?
I heard that. That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. That whole scene where he's having a party and Casey Kasem's wife is there, Jean Kasem.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And he is improving every single line that he's saying. He's like, hey, come on in, this caviar, it's imported, and everything he's saying in that scene is improv.
That's so great. Wow.
Yeah. So you saw it with your grandparents. That's
yeah,
cool.
Yeah, it went okay. I was very terrified. I didn't say anything, but scared me.
Yeah. Well, I forget you're a little bit younger than me. So it would have scared you, wouldn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I remember having I had the little mini storybook, and I mean, Ghostbusters took great advantage of the franchise opportunity. There were toys, all kinds of tie-ins, and of course the cartoon. And I wanted to talk about why the name was Ghostbusters and how they got away with it. Now, a lot of people may not know this. I didn't know it until I was a little bit older after Ghostbusters. But there was a 1970s kids show that did not last long called The Ghostbusters.
Is that
And
the
it was
one
a-
with the monkey, the ape?
Yes, there's
Okay.
a guy in an ape suit. It's a live action, and they go around and they bust ghosts, and it looks like a guy in a zoot suit. And so the people behind them, Universal, threatened to sue them. So Reitman went through other names at first. He thought maybe Ghost Stoppers, Ghost Breakers, Ghost Smashers.
God,
And
those
what
are
it
terrible.
was, I know. One of the executives of Columbia Pictures named Frank Price did not believe in this movie. He thought this movie was going to be a bomb, even though they were putting money into it. And so he said, okay, here's your stupid budget for your stupid movie. But he gave them 13 months to film it, and they didn't even have a finished script.
Yep.
They didn't have casting finished or anything. So what happened, what saved them from not having to pay to the Ghostbusters, was that Price left Columbia and became an executive at Universal.
Okay.
And he sold them the rights to the names for $500,000 and 1% of the profits.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. But then after this movie came out, the people behind the Ghostbusters decide they do one of those, you know the Asylum movie company that make the mockbusters?
Yeah.
They try to do a cheap version of a real movie. Okay. They tried to do a cheap ripoff, and they made a cartoon called Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you may have been wondering why the 80s cartoon based on this movie Ghostbusters is called The Real Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
That's why they're called that. It's kind of
Okay.
an insult and a way to get away with not being sued.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah. Did you ever watch Ghostbusters, not the real ones?
I'd seen it somewhere, but I never really watched it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I didn't know about it until I looked at the toy catalog, and I'm like, that's not Ghostbusters. Why is there a monkey?
Yeah, it really confused me as a kid.
Yeah.
But I did watch the real Ghostbusters, and it was scary enough. It was pretty
It was great, though.
Oh, yeah.
Man, they're not wrong. Bill Murray, everybody's rated this because Bill Murray's over the top Weisenheimer wisecracks. I don't know if they were improv, because apparently when he came on set and came into initial meetings, he didn't provide any input to the character. And Harold Ramis says, that's fine. I've written for Bill Murray before, like in Stripes and other movies.
Yeah.
And I know how Bill Murray ticks. So Harold Ramis knew how to write for Bill Murray. So he was taken care of, and then you got Harold Ramis, who, like they said, so deadpan, and Ray so enthusiastic, and everybody gets funny lines in this movie,
Yep.
And yeah, so also got to tell you, I was talking about two famous extras in this movie.
Oh yeah,
Now-
who's that?
Okay, well, for years, I've known one of the extras was, let's just say, an actor in adult education films. If I'm going to say the name and you know it, you should feel ashamed. Ron Jeremy Ron Jeremy.
Everyone
yes.
knows who that is.
I know, and they shouldn't, but they do.
Yeah.
He's probably one of the most well-known adult education actors, and he's now in prison for things that I won't mention.
Yes.
And kind of incompetent to stand trial, so it's a sad story. But he literally has a walk-on. You see him in a crowd. Like, I wouldn't have known it if I hadn't read about it years later.
Yeah.
I would have said, oh, that's Ron Jeremy. How do you know? I don't.
Oh my god.
I don't.
That's true though. That's how it is.
And I can honestly say I don't know. I just know, but he's one of the most famous. So obviously you've seen him and read about him and other things.
Oh, for sure.
And in the scene where Rick Moranis is being chased by the devil dog, he goes to the legendary Tavern on the Green, which you and I.
It's like, guess who else ate there? Me and you ate there. You and I.
That's right. Two spunky little kids headed to the big city to make our fortune.
It was very disappointing, but we loved every bit of it.
We did, and I got made fun of by the not the guard, but the door guy. Remember, he made fun of my Ralph Wiggum shirt.
No.
Yeah, I said something about like we're here to eat a Tavern of the Green. He said, in that shirt.
Oh no! Did
And
he
I was
let us
like,
see? Did he give you a jacket?
I think he was kidding with us. Yeah, I don't think you have to be fancy. Well, in the Tavern on the Green, now I haven't been able to see her, but apparently Pop Chanteuse, one of my big crushes in the 80s, Debbie Gibson, is the birthday girl. Is the birthday girl sitting at the table with the balloons? I can't see her at all. I see a little girl from the but I read that she's in the movie.
Yeah, she's just
way
there. Yeah, that's
she's
great.
just there. What are things you want to talk about this movie? I mean, it's so much fun. The writing, the special
I
effects.
kind of wanted to mention that, like,
Please do.
Slimer in the cartoon was so great, and it was like,
Yes.
why isn't he like that in the movie? yeah. I was mad when I was a kid that he wasn't like that. He was just like some rando.
Well, I mean, he was mean. You know, he slimes Bill Murray, which is one of the best lines. Like, he slimed me.
Yeah.
He's the first ghost they actually catch. Slimer, who loves to eat everything. And then they make the real Ghostbusters, and he's their friend, their pet, their coworker.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he was
some people thought it was annoying, but I loved that, you know, most cartoons in the 80s and 90s had a pet animal or, you know, ghost or something. Yeah.
Oh, that goes back to like the 70s even.
Yeah, I guess
like,
so, yeah.
Ever like the Brady Bunch and Jackson, any like famous people who had their own cartoon had to have a talking animal.
Yeah, that's true. That's so
Punky
wild.
Brewster. Yeah,
she had
it is.
Glomer.
She did. Hey, speaking of which, do you have any ecto cooler in your house?
Not anymore, no. Sadly.
Oh, that was.
I know they brought it back
little...
not long ago, but
they
I
did.
never got
they
it.
did.
Yeah.
Slimer even had his own spinoff that aired right after the Real Ghostbusters. Do you remember that? Because the title changed halfway through the cartoon, going Slimer and the Real Ghostbusters.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
He was huge. I did want to mention that the big villain of the movie, it's either Walter Peck or Gozer the Gozerian, which is the big bad ghost that's coming its way. Do you think Walter Peck's more of the villain, though?
Yeah, I think so. Like, I mean, he's very effective, like I said. And we love to hate him, and
we do.
Yeah. But I would say so. I mean, you know, Zool is pretty intimidating, and whoever else. Yeah.
Zool is one of the devil dogs, aka the gatekeeper, and then Rick Moranis gets possessed by. It's called Vins with a Z, Vins Clortho.
Oh, that's
Vince
right. I forgot about that name. Yeah.
You pronounce it like Vince. So Rick Moranis is the keymaster.
Yeah.
And he's looking for the gatekeeper. And it's exactly the metaphor you think it is. Yeah. Because apparently after they, you know, kiss and wrestle, that's when they bring about Gozer. And it's, and there's so many things that I didn't notice till I got older, like the backstory that they barely touch on. The building was designed by an occult leader and architect named Ivo Shandor or Ivo Shandor. I believe.
Something like that. Yeah.
And if you watch Afterlife, you actually see him for like 20 seconds. He's in Afterlife.
Oh,
yeah, but
cool.
they don't. But if you didn't watch Ghostbusters or don't remember that little part, the backstory,
you wouldn't really know.
No idea who it is. Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
But he worshipped. He worshipped Gozer. He designed the building to be like an antenna to bring Gozer there. And Gozer, of course, looks like Sheena Easton crossed with Jamie Lee Curtis. She's got that like mid 80s, early 80s flat top look, that Susan Powder. And here's the cool thing. So Gozer, I wrote it down because there's no way I'm going to remember this name. Gozer was played by Slavitska Jovan.
Makes
Slavitska
sense. Yeah.
Jovan. And
She
she
has
had a
that
very
foreign look to her, I think. Like
she does. She
like
had a very
foreign
heavy
model.
accent. Yeah, I think she was. And the accent made her lines hard to listen to. So they brought in voice actress Patty Edwards, who was right to do Gozer. And she was known for many cartoons and many movies and TV shows. She played Flotsam and Jetsam in The Little Mermaid movie.
Really? Oh,
Yes.
that's cute.
Yeah. Yeah. So no, there's so many wonderful things about this. I don't even know if we have time to talk about it. Like
I know.
the writing.
I like
writing
when it
is
starts
sharp,
out with
the plot is
Bill
good.
Murray when he's got the little cards. He's doing the psychic bit.
Yes. Yes, because he and Harold Ramis and Dan Aykroyd are scientists that work at the local university,
Mhm.
and he's got these cards trying to see if these kids have psychic abilities. And of course, the pretty girl played by the I call her Walmart Christy Swanson, Jennifer Runyon. She was in a lot of 80s stuff.
Yeah.
Of course, he's lying and letting her think that she can actually see what's on the other side of the card. You know? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. It was
And
good.
if they get it wrong, they get shocked. And he's shocking the guy. And when the guy finally gets it right, he still shocks him.
Yucks him, yeah.
He's like, not everybody has this kind of ability. And he tells her, like, people are going to be jealous of you. And it's so funny because, like, he's a scientist too, but he's the one that doesn't take it too seriously, you know?
Yeah.
But what's funny about that, they get fired from the university. And if you think about the movie, it's got a commentary on, like, private sector versus public sector. Because Dan Aykroyd even says, he goes, have you ever worked for the private sector? It's terrible. They expect results. Because you've got Walter Peck as like the government, red tape, namby-pamby, trying to shut it down. I mean, you can see that there's an argument for that and like a little metaphor, if you will.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, they're spooky ghosts.
I love spooky ghosts.
They are so spooky. Yeah, there's just... Oh, the studio didn't have faith in the movie?
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were mad because they were having to put money in the special effects. And at the time, it was one of the first comedies to use heavy special effects. Did you know that?
I bet. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, most comedies don't use heavy special effects. You know?
No, there's not a whole lot of sci-fi comedies, or horror comedies. And this was one of the first, and it inspired so many. I mean, Ivan Reitman even made Evolution, which you could say has the heart of Ghostbusters.
True. Yeah. I do like Evolution. I've got a soft spot for that movie for sure.
Yeah, no, it's very funny. You can tell it's very Ghostbusters influenced. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this movie influenced a whole lot of other things. It had the sequel, which you said. Now, I liked the sequel. I thought it was good.
Yeah,
Is
it's
it as
fine.
good as Ghostbusters? Yeah. Okay. And then, of course, it had the
It's my
the much
iconic
talked
stuff
about-
in it, though, for real.
yeah. Well, I was gonna say the remake in 2016 with the all-female cast.
Mhm.
There's some stuff that's really good, and then there's some stuff that is just
Yeah, I don't
What
hate it.
went
I
wrong?
really didn't. I
Ah.
understand, I think, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I just watch I would watch this lady's like do
Well,
nothing, just stand there
see,
and like
that's
paint
the
drying.
That's the thing. You had like a near perfect cast of like
Yeah.
Saturday Night Live alums and Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah.
And Chris Hemsworth. You got a
Basically
great
an
cast.
unlimited budget, I would feel.
Yeah.
Like,
But Dan Aykroyd was actually on set trying to help Paul Feig like understand this world. And he was giving him
Yeah.
suggestions like they do this and maybe they go here. And he didn't listen to him at all. Paul Feig was like, I got this. And
you
to
didn't
me,
got this.
No, I'm gonna just say this right now. I've said it before. If you can make Kate McKinnon not be funny,
Oh
then
my
you are the worst
God.
person in the world. I'm sorry. There's
I
no
think
world
Paul
where
Feig
Kate
is
McKinnon.
very talented. I think
He
does
is. He makes
can
great
do
movies.
a good job. Yeah. But I don't
But
know
this
why
remake-
this one didn't work out. I really don't. It
It
wasn't
should've-
him. I don't know. It wasn't
It
them.
had nothing to do with the fact that it was women replacing them. It wasn't
Yeah.
that. It just wasn't funny. It didn't work.
I had more fun watching them in interviews about the movie
Yes.
than, than the movie. But yeah, I
agree.
digress. Well,
But the
we're gonna
good
have
news
to
is-
wrap it up
okay,
here in 3
Well, I was going to say
seconds.
the good news is the franchise did get saved though because
Yeah.
Jason Reitman, son of Ivan Reitman, decided to
Yeah,
bring
Great,
everything
yeah.
back with a new story, Ghostbusters Afterlife, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. I don't know how people feel about Frozen Empire, but I personally
Mhm.
loved Afterlife, and I had a great experience because not only did all 4 of us go see it, my parents went to go see it with us on Thanksgiving weekend.
no.
And you can't take that away. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't. And my mom cried a little, and so did my wife. Don't tell them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of Harold Ramis love. Yeah, I wish there was so much more I could have said about this movie, but I think we've run out of time.
We have, unfortunately. We're trying to keep it short for you guys. You know, we don't want to. We want to leave them hanging. Yeah.
Okay, but real quick. We haven't talked about the song. Ray Parker Jr., Ghostbusters.
Sure. Yeah.
Greatest, I would say one of the greatest movie themes of all time. They were looking for a very upbeat, specific rhythm to put in the movie. So they were going to use Huey Lewis and the News, I Want a New Drug. And then they were going to ask Huey Lewis to do the music for the movie, but he was busy with Back to the Future. So Ray Parker Jr. was one of many who submitted songs for the movie.
Yeah.
And they noticed that the rhythm of Ghostbusters did kind of go with I Want a New Drug, which I'm just now realizing it.
Me too.
So they picked that, and Huey Lewis sued because he said it was a yeah. I ain't afraid of no ghost. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Huey Lewis sued. Don't know. I guess they settled out of court. I don't know. But this theme song is like the greatest thing ever. Remember the video? You've got John Candy, George Wendt, Daryl Hannah, all these really famous people saying,
it goes
"Who
so
you gonna
hard.
call?"
Yeah. It goes so hard. I loved it.
Yeah. To this day, it's one of the greatest songs ever. Sorry, I went a little over time. I just get excited about this movie.
It's okay. It's very good.
We're gonna have to rate it, aren't we?
We are.
Okay. You want to go first?
No, you go first.
Okay. This movie.
Okay.
Oh, were you kidding?
I'm joking. No. I'm kidding.
No,
about
you.
kids.
No, you. This movie is one of the greatest, most influential comedies in my life. I have quoted these lines since I was a kid. I rediscover everything. I rediscover new things, as I said before, every time I watch it. I open a box and I'm like, oh, yay, more stuff.
Yeah, true.
It's well
so much.
It's well written.
So much in it.
It is.
Yeah.
It's so good. Well written, well directed, well acted, very influential. My kids loved it. And so because of all that, I can give it no less than 5 gatekeepers out of 5 keymasters.
Right.
I love this
that
movie.
works.
Yeah, it's great. What about you?
I'm gonna have to agree that it is wonderful.
Of course.
Yeah, so I have no choice but to give it 5 cross streams out of 5 cross streams.
But they're not supposed to cross the streams of their proton packs. Matches go!
Only at the end of every movie and cartoon.
Right.
Right.
And they do roast the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, and it is great because who gets covered in marshmallow? Walter Peck.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
He learned his
just-
lesson. It's fine.
He did. There's just so many great lines in here, like, well, my girlfriend's a dog, you know?
Yeah.
Like so many great things like this. And of course, as I said before, when someone asks you if you're a god, Ray, you tell them yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that was Ghostbusters. You can find it on Peacock and other places. Yeah, it's currently on Peacock. And check it out. And if you want, check out the sequel. Check out the remake even and see what you think of it. And then check out the new sequels. Yeah. And watch the real Ghostbusters cartoon because that one was kind of scary.
It was
I could
great.
see-
They just released some like cartoon accurate versions of them as figures, and they look amazing. But they're also like really expensive. And it's very sad.
Well, see, it confused me because in the cartoon, Egon is blonde,
Yeah.
Ray's redhead. And I'm like, and Pete's got like a little pompadour. And I'm like, what is this?
And it still works somehow. You can still tell it's kind of them. Like, yeah.
The Boogeyman to this day in those episodes. Thank you.
Was that the one that came through the closet, or was it?
Yes, he had the huge head.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he's like,
I can't sleep with my closet door open or with the light on to this day.
yes. And I'm just a year and a half older than you, and I was still like,
Yeah, man, that was the most terrifying thing I've ever seen. It was crazy.
It was an intense cartoon. Well, speaking of intense, what comes next? No.
Now, up next is Shannon sings a silly song.
I can't tell if you're yawning or. Well, I was inspired this week by one of the greatest films of all time, Ghostbusters. And again, I agree with you what you said. If you don't like this movie at all or have nothing good to say about this movie, why are you here?
Move along.
I can't name one person who doesn't like this movie.
Yeah.
But I decided to write a little song inspired by Ghostbusters, and I hope you like it. Yeah,
I will try
to. All right, let's get ready. We're gonna Time to strengthen the moon. 1, 2, 3. We're not alone. There's lots of ghosts. Ha! But we're not scared. Ha! We're prepared. Getting the gear. Now we're here. And there's a big dog in Sigourney Weaver's fridge. We're just 4 guys trying to save lives. But Walter Peck wants to shut us down. Peter's sarcastic. Ray's kind of spastic. Egon and Winston are in town. Whoa, ghosts aren't hiding. Now they're frightening. Ghosters here to stay. Let's cross the streams, 'cause it's a giant Stay Puft. Thanks a lot, Ray. We're gonna bust, 'cause they're floating. Together we're ghosting. Marshmallows and this chick is toasting. We're gonna bust with our proton packs. Together we're ghosting. The movie we're roasting. Oh, yeah.
Huh.
That was golden, wasn't it?
Oh my God! I just now got it. I'm sorry. I was trying the whole time to figure out what is that. It kind of sounded familiar, and I was like,
I kept looking at your face, and I'm like, he's not getting it. He's not getting it.
Now I get it. I do. I swear to you.
Have your kids listen to this part of the podcast with you, and they'll be like, "Oh my gosh, Mama!"
I was looking up the monologue from Billy Madison just to say it.
I was ready for you to say that. In no time during your insane rambling did you resemble anything with a point.
Exactly.
But speaking of insane rambling, now it's time for
the
time is it?
video movie corner pick of the week.
I ain't afraid of no notes. Hey, real quick, Ray Parker Jr., when someone offers him bread for breakfast, what does he tell them?
I ain't afraid of no toast.
Yeah. The video movie pick of the week is where Matches and I, what do we do, Matches? What do we do to the peoples?
We take your little hand and we drag you down to the
Yeah.
video movie corner down the
drag
street. And we pick you out a movie, which we bonk you on the head with and make you watch every week. And you better watch it.
You are going to like it.
Yeah.
You will get nothing and like it. Yes, you will.
I'm not gonna lie, I need Shannon to go first this week.
Oh, okay, great. Video movie pick of the week. Well, I have a video movie pick of the week. I have one for you, and I think you're going to like it. So, a cocky photographer, world famous known, who's also a terrible womanizer, gets his comeuppance thanks to 4 ghosts from his past. I'm talking about a riff on A Christmas Carol. A Christmas Carol? Yeah, A Christmas Carol. It's called Ghosts of Girlfriends Past from 2009. In keeping with our ghost theme, stars Matthew McConaughey, Jennifer Garner, Lacey Chabert, Robert Forster, Breckin Meyer. I can keep going. Okay, I will. Thank you, Shannon. Michael Douglas, Emma Stone. This movie is cast to the rafters. This is a raucous, crazy comedy from 2009 about Matthew McConaughey's character. And in case you're wondering, he's not completely all right. He is a world famous photographer who loves him and leaves him to the ladies. And he's only had one love in his life that he ever was committed to, and that was Jennifer Garner. And they broke up years ago. He goes to his little brother's wedding that they're going to be having at their Uncle Wayne's estate. And it comes to a head because, he's finally being called on his actions all these years because he's telling his brother love doesn't exist. Well, he suddenly gets visited by his Uncle Wayne, who is sort of the Marley of the story, played by Michael Douglas. And he shows him the mistakes he's made with 3 of his greatest loves in the past, the ghosts of girlfriends past. This movie, Matches, have you never seen this movie?
It sounds familiar, but I don't think I ever saw it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was in theaters. It was a big hit. And I feel like it's not given its due that it deserves. This is a crazy, wacky comedy. Just when you think you've laughed enough, there is another joke that just whizzes past your head, and it's just nonstop. It's very funny. It's very heartwarming in a way. There is a little Hallmark stuff in it. But I suggest Ghosts of Girlfriends Past. You should check it out because you will not be disappointed. Me and my wife love it. It's funny. It's
Is
good.
it?
Yeah, it's great. Yes,
Good.
it,
Okay.
yes,
Yeah,
it is.
I can't believe all those people are in one movie, and I
I
didn't
know.
realize it. Yeah.
And it didn't explode.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out immediately. Thank you.
Yeah.
Shannon.
All right.
Well, it's funny you should mention a movie earlier in the podcast because that's tonight's Matches Video Movie Corner Pick of the Week.
Well, in the words of Matches McConaughey, I'm all intrigued.
All right. Well, my movie is called Be Kind Rewind from 2008.
You're kidding me.
I know. What are the odds? Like, that's crazy.
Tell us about this movie. I love this movie. Tell them about it.
Yes, well, it's by Michel Gondry, who did some cool stuff back in the day. You know, I think he did, what was it, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Yeah.
He did that Sheep movie that was really cool, I thought. But I like Be Kind Rewind. I think almost as much as Eternal Sunshine. I always liked that movie. It was pretty well done. But it's a film about imagination as a survival instinct. It's a shaggy, handmade love letter to the era of videotape and to the people who loved movies enough to remake them in their own image. Jack Black and Mos Def play their roles, or Most Definitely, as he's called, play their roles not as comedians reaching for laughs, but as dreamers trying to hold on to something real in a world that's already gone digital. The film may be uneven, but its heart is unmanufactured. It believes in the power of stories and in the idea that art made with love can still matter, even if it's shot on a camcorder and held together with duct tape.
Oh my gosh, you just reached into my soul and rewound it. It is a very funny movie. And they do kind of stretch the concept because in 2008, there wouldn't have been an all VHS video store anymore. You know, so you kind of gotta, you know.
I mean, maybe, yeah.
Maybe. I mean, they're not turning a profit, if I remember.
That was about the time like Blockbuster went out of business, though. It was about that time, right?
No.
They still had some.
Well, it was starting to. I feel around 2010, 2011 is when Blockbuster kind of, that's when we started losing them all over the country. Yeah.
But it wasn't
No,
a
you're right.
full. I don't know. Yeah, sure. Whatever.
Yeah, we were still renting DVDs then. Yeah. I rented the DVD. Yeah, Be Kind Rewind is a lot of fun, and Ghosts of Girlfriends Past, which make up this week's. I'm gonna do it like Ray Parker Shooting. You ready? When it's something fun, we recommend. Who are you gonna call?
Video
Movie Corner.
Pick of the week.
Welcome, Matches. How are you today?
I'm well, Shannon.
Good.
Thank you
good.
for asking.
I did. And you probably knew I was going to ask. That's why I brought you here today. I want to test your psychic ability to see where your skills are at. So I have a card. Can you tell me what is on the other side of this card?
Is it an apple?
No, I'm sorry. It's Spider-Man. It's okay. One more. We're going to do one more. You ready? Okay. And what's this?
Is it a pie of some sort?
I'm sorry. It's Rocket Raccoon. Rocket Raccoon. You disappoint me. It's like you don't believe in phenomena of the supernatural. You know, it's like you don't think it's real.
I just can't control it. It's not how it works.
That's fine. Matches, why are you looking so scared right now, though?
Shannon, there's a ghost behind you. I think is that a ghost behind you? I think there's a ghost in there.
It's right behind me, isn't it?
It is.
Shannon? I am the key master.
I am the gatekeeper.
Oh, no, sorry. I thought you'd be different. I'm sorry. I gotta go. We'll talk later. I'll call you. Whew, what happened? That was weird.
I don't know. Shannon, do you have hair now?
Oh my gosh, the best part of being possessed by a ghost is you get hair. That's what. Oh, it was fun while it lasted. Speaking of that, tell the people.
I'm going to tell the people something. Well, here on NOMS podcast, you might want to reach out to us and tell us stuff. And and yell at us or give us a movie recommendation from circa 1986 to 2008 or so, I guess. And we'll take it. And we'll take it seriously. And we'll do it for you because we'll do that. It's just what we do here. And so you're going to want to email at us at nomspodcast@gmail.com. You can...
Yes. That's okay. You're all dressed up.
It's true. And you can comment down below wherever you're watching this, whether it's YouTube or Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Like, if you can't stand looking at us, maybe you can stand listening to us. Go to Apple Podcasts and just listen.
There you go. All right. Well, check out Ghostbusters, and we are out of here. We ain't afraid to end the show.
Nom nom nom.
Nom nom nom.